Hey, welcome back, my amazing student. So let's get going here and let's start getting some of this data into our static chart and making it dynamic. All right, so let's go back into the index, and this is where we're gonna be working on. All right, so I'm gonna comment all this out, so I want you to see how this actually looks when we take this off. In fact, let me see if I can get this right here. There we go. There we go. All right. So I got 8 cells there, and we could actually put this down here. We don't need it for this one here. What I'm going to use plain JavaScript for this one. So there we go. And one thing that I will need, let me see something here. 8 cells, we should have. Let me see something here. What is the chart? Chart.js. What is this at? It might be on my base template. Let me just check to see. Base template. Yeah. As a matter of fact, even HCS is on my base templates. I didn't even need it down there. And one of the reasons why sometimes I place it up here, so that way JavaScript executes right away and we don't have to wait for the document to load. So maybe some of you, even if you don't use this guy here, for some of you this will work because you're using it right here on the base template. So I don't even need to apply. That's why it was confusing to me at first, because I'm like, where is this coming from, right? I forgot that I put it on the head of the document. But anyway, so I'm gonna use JavaScript here to do fetching. To fetch from my endpoint analytics.json, which we created, right, in the backend. So analytics, and that was in the last lecture, by the way, for those of you that are just looking at this lecture, we got this analytics endpoint right here. So let's go ahead and finish this. So once we do that, then what I'm doing is I'm getting a promise here, right? And let's do some arrow function here. So we get the response. And we'll say, well, this would be in the JSON. It says use that. Alrighty. Perfect. So this would be done there. So we'll get another promise here. And what we can do is we can come back here and get the labels and get the data. Simple as that. We'll have this. We'll have some code right here. All right. So we're going to create a new chart. Let me see if I have the code down here so you can see it. You can see that we can create this new chart right here. As a matter of fact, I can just take all that and bring it up, right? And just paste it in here like this. All righty. Let me put the semicolon right here. All right, so this is going to be bar right here, and then we got the labels, data sets, and in here we have the check-ins and we have the data, right? So that's all good here. And then we got options, scales, Y, that's vertical, beginning at 0, true, precision. We should be good. Hold on, did I just, okay, yeah, that's fine, because we got the labels and we got the data right here. All right, perfect, yeah, should work. Refresh, and yeah. Let's see where the invalid syntax is. It's in counts, right here. We'll find that in a minute, but I think it's fine. Anyway, let's do that, clear. Let's run the app again, and it looks like it's working, and the chart is giving me an error. Yeah, of course. Let's inspect it, and let's see what the problem is. And it says, hey, we have an invalid JSON, unexpected token in here somewhere. Here. All right, hold on, let me see. All right, so we got HTML instead of JSON, and if we go back in here, okay, I see. We got instead of JS, it's actually JSON. Sorry about that, guys. Refresh, And yeah, let's get our app actually on again. Should work though. Clear, let me see. Python app, and let's refresh. And it looks like we still got the same issue here. Let's refresh here. Look at the console. And we got this 404 not found. So it's favicon. Let's not worry about that. But we got this JSON file. We're getting back HTML from this endpoint. So analytics.json, analytics.json. It would be nice if I didn't have this single quote in there. And now it works. There we go. Yeah. Little typos here and there, guys. It's time for me to use some glasses. I know. It's been a while. And I'm trying to avoid them. But yeah, some of these things here, I have to really pay attention to. All right. But anyway, we got it working. Really cool stuff. Yeah. Now, Nets, it's a feature that's going to take us a little bit of time to understand, but you guys will do perfectly fine. So do not worry too much about it, all right? So you can see now this data changes and it's nothing here. But once we do that, then we have some data for that specific day. So we have a check-in for that day. We have a check-in for Tuesday. And we can also do this and have two check-ins for Tuesdays. So you understand how this actually works now, right? All right, so when we have a couple different ones in a row, a couple of this days in the row, couple check-ins, that means the streak here should say 4. Right now it's saying 0 because it's static data. We need dynamic data coming from the database to make this application work 100%. Are you guys with me? All right, so let's go to the next lecture where we're gonna start this, and hopefully I can make it simple enough for those of you that are beginners to understand. I'll see you guys on the next lecture. Be consistent, keep doing it, and just do it. I'll see you on the next lecture.